Hey guys, Sucky wants to fight. I'm stuck halfway between Anna Swen and Treherbert, and I thought, fuck it, might as well give a little friendly advice to those who are single, living and unemployed like me. Now, I want you to understand that what I'm going to say will kind of change a lot of things about, well, standard of living in 2024. However, a standard of living has kind of changed over the last 20 or so years for most people. So I'm going to tell you something for those who are single, living and unemployed. The most important meal of the day is every day. 3 stages, obviously. And when you see that eating is more of a necessity than a commodity, you realise you've got to do something to, well, how to say, kind of optimise how you eat. So anyway, I think it's more or less that when you're single living, or I don't know, living unemployed.
I'm going home, guys. I'm enough of you.
Right. Yeah, when I say when you're like single, living and unemployed, you want to start taking up batch cooking. Now, what is batch cooking? Batch cooking is where you at least make enough meals to last throughout the week. But you have to kind of dedicate on what you want to eat for a week over a month. Now, you necessarily don't want to eat the same thing for a month, because when you eat something for the same that is a month, it becomes somewhat repetitious and somewhat demoralizing when your tolerance for enjoying something nice becomes a chore in itself. That's why batch cooking for those who are single, living and unemployed can do, because not only it kind of helps in a pave a way for you to endure the months of having less payment via welfare, but the more you actually seek in fulfilling your stomach lining. Now, obviously you've got to have the standards such as, you know, dried food, fridge food and all that to obviously to get you through the day. But retrospectively, dinner is the most important meal of the whole entire day. Some say it's breakfast. I'm willing to argue that in a different way. But when it comes to dinner, you at least want something to fill you throughout the night. Because if you don't fill yourself throughout the night when it comes to cooking, you're putting yourself in a bit of a position, because most people tend to try to optimize meals in the most smallest of ways. And it's gotten to the point where, even so, it's one of those that is going to be more or less a problem if you only reduce it to smaller meals. Now, the benefits of having smaller meals per evening can be efficient in losing weight. But the thing is, you kind of got to fill the void and be completely full. Now, the best ways to optimize for decent living for dinner is essentially this. Obviously, chili con carne. I know someone will be like thinking, but I don't like chili. Okay, let me tell you something. A lot of chili isn't actually that hot. Majority of them are, but standard home ones that uses other spices that isn't just relegated to what you get from fucking Coleman packs. You can actually change it up a bit if you so choose to. Now, the next one that is actually quite filling for the most part. Oh shit, sorry, bruv. Next bit that is actually quite fulfilling is actually spaghetti. Now, pasta in itself contains a lot of carbohydrates, and it does add a bit of water to your weight, but that can easily be sweated out through hard workouts. And believe it or not, despite some people say carbohydrates are bad because they contain starch, respectively, if you can turn that negative into a positive, then you could actually probably live on that for at least a week. Another one to add to the list is something on the lines of soup. Yeah, soup. Soup is actually quite easy to make. It's quite cheap and relatively easy to fill, because if you don't want to have something like, I don't know, something like pasta or chilies or curries, soup is your best way to go. And lastly, I actually neglected this one, but curries are the best thing to have as well, because you've got to take in consideration, because when you're making curries, you've got to add a lot of flavours and cream and all that to make the chicken or beef, depending on your type of curries, will always be filling. And that's why batch cooking, if you're living as a single person or unemployed, is the best way to go. Now, before I leave with this, I am going to end this with a little wisdom for you. When making stuff like pasta or chili or curries or soup, make sure that all the ingredients all add up together around 1200 grams, because 1200 grams of additional sauces and all that can make a big difference, especially in these circumstances. But remember, when doing batch cooking, make sure you also get an opportunity to save your money, because when you save your money, it will be better. Because once you make sacrifices to how you buy food shopping and optimize it for the betterment, you will see a lot of change. Even with batch cooking, even if you minimize it, you have more opportunity to lose weight and gain it. Just remember to exercise daily, even if it's something like calisthenics or weightlifting and all that shit. It's going to help you out. Heck, even if you don't want to do calisthenics or weightlifting, just run. Anyway, that does it for now. I've been Saku. Remember to like, comment and subscribe if you so choose to. Now, if you don't mind, it's a pretty nice fucking day in Treherba, and I'm going to take the opportunity to enjoy this day before it rains. Anyway, fuck off.